This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Bev's Video Kingdom is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Bev's Video Kingdom really is brought to you by...
What the fuck?
What's up, dude?
One of my renters broke the toilet again. That dude takes giant shits. Now I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
Why don't you hire a property management company or something to take care of that stuff?
Because they suck, and they take 10%.
You know, our dude Hank owns and manages Heritage Realty Partners. I think he said he only charges 5%, and he visits each property at least once a month.
That's right. He's always posting beers from the road. You have his number?
Actually, I do. His personal number is 805-451-5734.
Perfect. Now he can deal with my renter's big shits.
Heritage Realty Partners.
For all your property management and investment needs.
Scotch and Brad, your favorite podcast. Let's start this thing. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Bev's Video Kingdom. That is, if you've heard us before. Then, if not, welcome for the first time. Bev's Video Kingdom.
That was like you finished shitting. Oh yeah.
Well, I was distracted by your cat-like reflexes. Like you started the music and then you got up real quick, ran over to the fridge, got the beer, and you made it back in time to fade it out. That was just...
I know. I got this shit down to a T now. Like, you know, I run this board like a chimp.
But it just completely threw me off. I was like, I was going, oh, how he moves so smoothly.
I almost spit my BVK IPA 3 out all over this board.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the draft episode. We are coming off of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And this week we are drafting the most memorable, funny, violent...
Is it memorable? I thought it was just funniest violent scenes in movies.
I don't know what we say.
I don't think we threw the most... This is one of those random times, rare times that we don't through most...
I'm pretty sure you used the word memorable in our texts, but whatever.
The text I got, like, 2 hours before was funniest
violent
moment. Scene.
All right, whatever. But they're probably going to be memorable.
Drafting.
They're probably going to be memorable anyway.
Of course.
I'm Scotch. Of course, I'm joined by Brad.
Hello.
And if you were with us last week, we had a couple special guests. We have Matt from The Real Drunks.
Hi.
And
that's the great, humor and wittiness that you get on The Real Drunks.
That's right.
Yes, it is.
Great plug.
I had to channel Jake for a minute. I did that for Jake.
That was very Jake.
That was very Jake.
What up, Jake?
And joining us again is Tony. Welcome back to the show, bud.
Knee.
There you go. That hurts.
I love it. And before we get any further, let's go ahead and take care of a little bit of house cleaning here. We are part of the Deluxe Edition Network, which is an amazing network of independent pods. And we're like a little family. And we like to support each other, especially when you're the podcast of the year. You like to support all the other pods.
Lesser pods.
I wasn't going to do it.
Scott, you're too nice. You wouldn't say it, but I will say it. The lesser pods.
I'm about to dive with this table right now.
Last week, Marlo,
hardcore match right here.
Marlo came in throwing some haymakers, saying he's going to take the belt and shit. So I had to go there. But
I'm going to make you ship it to me. I'm not going to come pick it up. I'm going to make you mail it to me.
Oh man,
make them FedEx it to you.
So we are the pods of the month are Films and Fermentation, a podcast about alcohol and cinema, and we have friends talking nerdy. And not dirty, but nerdy. And they talk all things geeky and nerdy, pop culture, science, mental health, technology, all kinds of stuff like that. And we are also going to throw in the Kindness Matters podcast because we forgot to mention them in January.
And we're very kind people.
And we're very kind. And I'm starting to be kind finally.
And folks, you know what? Give these folks a listen. Maybe check out their socials because a lot of them have like interesting social media and they're posting here and there, and like they kind of keep you updated on what they're doing. It's worth it. They're friends of they're friends of us. You're friends of ours, so let's all be friends.
Support these podcasts, and every listen helps. And maybe you'll find something you're really into.
Real drinks.
And you're not supporting corporate overlords.
That's right.
Yes.
Evil.
Homegrown stuffs.
Okay, so we are going to draft, and apparently it's not memorable, but it's going to be funny and violent. So, what day is it? Speaking of draft day, didn't we just make a beer that's called BVK IPA 3 Draft Day?
I think we did. And we did that with Last Call Brewing.
We did.
Of Oakdale, California. And right now at the Oakdale Tap Room. Hopefully it's still there on draft, folks. I don't know. You might have to hustle down there if you want to get straight from the draft day.
Right.
But if not, it is delicious out of the can. You put that in a nice cold glass, or you know what, even drink out of the can. I know some of my brewery friends, they say, you know, always pour it into glass. It's better out of the glass, but at the same time, this thing's delicious. I hit it out the can. I hit it out of the glass. I hit it out the tap, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Pour it off a hooker's ass.
Whatever you got to do. It just
the ass crack.
the taste is going to be delicious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, we brewed it to really go well with stripper perfume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of
Idaho
like,
7 hops really kick off the stripper's ass.
yeah, that's kind of what we were going for. Like,
Yep.
you know, like when you pair like a nice wine with a steak, I mean, this paired with stripper's ass is kind of what we were going for.
Stripper glitter.
Yeah, stripper glitter for sure.
Okay. So, funny, violent scenes in a movie, which is kind of, because we were talking Holy Grail last week, and of course with the Black Knight, which is just a classic scene that inspired this category. And it's fun because when I was trying to maybe Google for some ideas, it's a hard thing to Google because there's not a lot of lists out there of funny, violent films. So I'm actually very excited to see what we come up with. Because there might be some stuff out of left field. Knowing old Matty, he's got this grin on his face, especially only on 2 hours of preparation. He might be pulling some stuff out, which I'm excited about. So we will see.
I'm curious to see what you guys got, and if I don't have high hopes this time. Like, I'm not gonna talk all this crap.
Every time somebody does that, they always end up winning. It always pisses me off. They're like, I'm not really prepared, but next thing you know, they win.
Did you say if I get fourth again, there's definitely an asterisk.
Oh, see, there it is. He's throwing it down. Gosh dang it. So, first thing we're going to need is the draft order. Brad, what do you have for us?
Well, we just did a Monty Python movie, and Monty Python is full of just zaniness and quirkiness and all sorts of weirdness. So let me just tell a quick story.
Okay.
Once upon a time in the whimsical land of BVK, Tony, Matt, Scott, and Brad embarked on a quest for the mystical cheese of El Dorado, said to grant eternal happiness and a lifetime supply of crackers. Matt, armed with the rubber chicken and a song in his heart, aimed to serenade forest creatures but attracted squirrels who stole his trousers, leaving him in his skivvies. Brad's plan involved a catapult and custard, but he launched himself into hedgehogs instead. Scott charged ahead, mistaking a badger for the cheese guardian, ending up covered in honey and scratches. Finally, Tony stumbled upon the cheese by sheer luck. Heralded by singing mice, thus Tony emerged triumphant, clutching the cheese of El Dorado while his companions returned home bruised, but with hearts full of laughter, for the journey itself was the true prize.
So what's the order?
I believe it with Matt.
Tony was the first.
Okay.
He was successful, so he won, so he's first. And then we've got Scott, who had the badger incident, so he's number 2. I, with my catapult and custard, am number 3. And, Maddie, you were 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. And folks, if you could not tell, that was a chat GPT. Last minute, sometimes at BVK we get a little busy and we don't have time for some shit. So
You know what? We went through a bunch that were great. Like the very first chat GPT with the unicorn, Sir Reginald the unicorn.
that's epic.
Was epic.
Forever.
And then it kind of went a little bit iffy for a while.
It gave
that one was pretty good.
I needed to add more violence to it. That's if I could have adjusted, I would have added a little bit more graphic violence.
You had 30
considering the
seconds.
draft.
Yeah, it gave me a rubber chicken. What am I, Fozzie Bear?
Yes, you are. Waka waka waka.
Waka waka waka.
Okay.
I will say my favorite right now. My favorite AI related meme is that people will take like, show me the Green Bay Packers. And it's like they're using the AI picture generator. And they'll be like, more cheese. And all of a sudden there'll be some cheese around. Like, even more cheese. And they'll be like, now I want them just drowning in cheese. And it's like Green Bay Packers. They're like, there's cheese just everywhere. It's like they keep adding things to it. And it just makes the picture more epic and epic. Like right now, that's like going around on a lot of memes. And it's funny shit. Yeah. It makes me laugh. Because you can actually tell, like anytime a chat GPT, any type of generative AI, you can just say, add something else to it, add something else. And it pretty much does it.
It's scary, man.
It's kind of funny.
The world's changing, and I love it, but I hate it at the same time. As a musician, it scares me because
times they're changing.
Because I've already messed with it a little bit, and to tell you what, they write some pretty good lyrics already.
You know what I'm going to do when I get home is I'm going to take the lyrics to Smokescreen, and I'm going to say like, make this a song about heroin.
Oh. Okay.
See what happens.
That would be cool.
And I'll let you know.
One thing that we have done that is cool with AI is you can take lyrics, songs, and so like somebody took some of the Flying Blind songs, and one of the ones I wrote for it called Open Ended, and they plugged it in and they said, "What is this song about?" And fucking nailed it. And it's not really obvious.
Yeah, there's a song critique AI like that. It basically tries to dissect what the song's about, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I wrote the fucking song, and I was like, that is exactly what it's about. It was kind of weird.
Definitely plug in Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. I've never really figured out what that song is.
I need the deeper meaning on that one for sure.
Okay, so let's get on with this draft.
So Tony's first, and then Scott, and then me in the third spot. And then Matt, you've got the Raparito at the end here. So
oh, shit.
And
it's time to go.
Okay.
It's interesting. Now, in just going around the table real quick, does everybody else think there's a one of one, or is this one pretty wide open?
I feel there's a close to one of one. I'm not sure if I would actually pick it number one, but there's one I feel like I think a lot of folks would agree. But I will say this, that there's a big difference between ironically funny and just like slapstick or silly funny.
Right. And that's going to be interesting.
I'm going to be interested to see which directions we go because, again, you're the closest with the judge, so you might know a sense of humor the most.
I honestly don't.
But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe ironic funny is going to be in his wheelhouse. Maybe silly funny is going to be his wheelhouse.
Or is it better to be funny and kind of violent, or more violent and kind of funny,
right?
Or what? So,
and there's some scenes that you could talk about that it's like, some people might laugh a bit. Some people might think, no, that's kind of fucked up.
Exactly.
Well, it's like we're going to lose a lot of friends on this one. Is all I can say.
All right, okay. So, let's see where Tony takes us.
Yeah, let's go, Tony. Let's see.
This was my one of one when I was first heard this. It popped in my head immediately. It's the scene in Pulp Fiction where Vincent Vega shoots Marvin in the face.
Yep.
I did have that one on my list. I don't know if it was my one of one, but I did have that one.
I remember seeing that for the first time, and the shock of it makes you laugh because you're just not expecting it. And then the rigmarole afterwards of like, I think you hit a bump. It's like, I didn't hit no motherfucking bump. Like, it's just, it's this whole thing.
It goes in the next 20 minutes of the movie, and all of it is just pure gold. I mean, the discussions about cleaning up and everything is just so much of it. It lends itself. The initial act, it maybe isn't funny, but what leads up after that is obviously hilarious.
I would say the reaction to that, what makes me laugh, goes, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
But that's the comedy.
That's what makes me laugh about it.
It's like he spilled a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with that scene, and I love the movie and I do love the scene and everything, but I'm a human being, and if at any point some drugged out person has a gun point, get the fuck out of my face. Like, there's no way I'm going to let somebody turn around holding their gun in my face, talking to me. I'd immediately be, what are you fucking doing? Like, maybe Marvin's fucked up or something. I don't know.
Well, also, he just got all of his friends in his apartment capped.
So he's kind of in shock.
Yeah,
maybe.
So he's kind of like, I'm not going to like piss this guy off.
And it does, for me, it kind of caps off everything that happens before because they have this whole conversation about divine intervention, we should be dead, and they're talking about it on the way back, and Jules is like super shook up, and Vincent Vega just doesn't buy it, and so he turns around and is like, Bobby, what do you think of all this? Do you think that God came down from heaven? And then boom, shot right in the face. The cut is like the back of the car, just blood splattering the back window. It's just, and when I first saw it, I just started laughing
Can
immediately.
Can I ask, is anybody surprised that Tony's first pick is Tarantino? Is anybody surprised by this?
This wasn't the one I was thinking of for number one, but this is one I could imagine because I was talking with, I think it was my wife might have brought it up.
My wife.
God, I say it like that every time now, like unnaturally. But I think she mentioned something like that. And I was like, that's it. That's an interesting one because you could take it as, oh God, that's fucked up, or you could be like, everything that comes from that scene is hilarious. And so it'll be interesting to see how the judge, like, do they take it as just the moment, or are they going to take it as like everything that kind of is brought in because of that?
It's like uncomfortable funny. You're like laughing like, oh my God, what just happened type of funny, not like haha funny, but that's what I think this whole category is. It's like funny, violent, and I think it's going to blend over. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to go. I'm going to go with a movie that's very important to me, and it made me laugh, and I loved it, and it's very violent. A couple of asshole punks are trying to rape a woman, and
I know where you're going.
RoboCop walks up. It's weird. I remember sitting in the theater watching him. He puts the gun down between her legs, and I was like, "Is he going crazy? What's going on?" And he shoots the guy right in the nuts.
I knew you were going.
And it's such a great scene, and it's so funny, and you feel like you realize, oh my God, RoboCop is a badass.
And she's in such shock by it. She's like, "What just happened?"
And then he's like, "Ma'am, you've suffered an emotional crisis."
Yeah, she's just kind of looking at him like, "Wait, what a second, what?"
Did he like use his infrared?
Yeah, he like
his little crosshairs go right between.
But did he use infrared to know where to shoot in the dress?
He's fucking RoboCop. Of course he is.
So
Definitely on the list.
all right.
Oh, and he's standing there. And his buddy drops and that runs off. Like,
Yeah. So I'm glad I grabbed that because that would have hurt me if I didn't have it. So
well, all this makes me ask though is if you guys ever saw the RoboCop remake.
you know what?
Yes,
I
I did.
started watching it, and I wanted to discuss that at some point.
I'm talking about where they not the new version of Hollywood's version. I'm talking about where they passed it off to a bunch of different artists to make different scenes from RoboCop.
Oh no,
I never heard of that.
I thought you were talking about the one they made a few years ago.
Okay, this does not happen often on BVK, but we're real quick going to hit pause and we're going to watch something, and then we're going to come right back, folks.
And we're back.
I feel like I've experienced an emotional trauma.
Oh, my God, I'm so glad I made that draft pick. Ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed can't be explained. I don't want to explain it. I'm not going to explain it.
You might get arrested in some states.
What do we need to Google for the folks at home, Brad?
Folks, just look up RoboCop remake scene 27.
Okay.
and if you do that, you're going to find it was a conglomerate of artists that made a remake of RoboCop in a lot of different styles. And one went for ultra realism mixed with a little zaniness.
Very different from the scene 27 in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
And make sure your children's are in the other room.
Yeah, folks, this is about as highly not safe for work as you can get.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're moving on. Brad, it's your pick.
Oh man.
All right, so I think I'm going to go with which was going to be my what I thought was the number one overall, and I'm going to go with it now.
Okay.
I'm going with the reporter fight, Anchorman.
Son of a gun. I thought it was going to drop.
I don't think it needs to drop. I think it's one of those that it is ultra violent and it's crazy and Britt kills a man and
I think it's drafted in a good spot. I just was hoping.
Yeah.
I really wanted RoboCop. That would be the next thing I got if RoboCop was taken.
That would have been like my second, I'd say. I don't think I would go.
That's a sneaky pick.
Yeah.
I'm not sneaky, but just I'm pissed.
I feel like it had to be a first rounder. Like
Yeah.
And you know what? You're right. I think I like where I got it. I think the third pick in the first round is about just perfect for it. So
yeah, because
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, Anchorman obviously starts off as a silly movie and it's funny. And,
right.
And then you get to that scene and it just goes to like the next level of just being ridiculous. It's over the top. I mean, people are on fire. There's all just sorts of chaos going on.
Right.
All the different weapons that the people have.
Yeah. I love it. That's a good pick.
Damn it. It's good.
Okay, Matt, the Raparito.
Oh man. So looking at my list here, I'm gonna go with this one. So it's I guess you call it a horror movie,
Okay.
but the actor in this scene makes it hilarious. I'm gonna go with Scream. I'm gonna go when Matthew Lillard gets stabbed, because he is. And the funny thing about this scene is, this scene was improvised. After he gets stabbed, he's like, "Oh man, I think you got me too deep," you know.
Yeah.
And then the phone conversation where he throws a phone, it hits him in the head. He goes, "You threw the phone, you dick." That was actually improvised. Like that actually happened where the phone hit him, and he said that, and he said like 20 something years later, Skeet Ulrich finally apologized for hitting him with a phone because it actually happened.
Well, it was a perfect improv though, because like it works so well, and he's so pathetic, and he's like when he's like figuring out that he's gonna get in trouble now.
With his parents. Oh man, my mom would be so pissed.
And I love it because it is a nice moment of levity in a very intense scene in general. And you know, that's what I love Scream, because there are a bunch of light moments that help you kind of bring you back for a minute, then you get into the serious shit.
It was one of those movies where it's like, is it a horror, or is it like a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's not like super scary, but because it has those moments of levity to it. Where,
But that initial scene with Drew Barrymore, I mean, that is absolutely traditional horror and like graphic. Like it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard stabbed. Does that work for the description?
Stu gets stabbed.
Oh, his name was Stu, wasn't it?
Yeah, get stabbed.
Scream.
Okay.
That should be enough.
Yeah. Oh man, it's going Raparito now.
Now you get another pick. Oh, look at that.
This is a tough one here, because like
Hard part is you don't get picks for a while now.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
It's like at first you're like, man, I get 2 in a row. That's great. But then all of a sudden,
Right?
man, I'm stuck for a while.
That's why I didn't want the first pick on this one.
I know.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Raising Arizona. The trailer, the fight in the trailer.
That's a sneaky one that I thought would not get picked. I thought I was going to be the only one to pick that one.
Yeah,
that is a great fight.
Where they're rubbing, like scraping knuckles on the popcorn
on the ceiling,
popcorn ceiling,
like punching, like punching, like going for the punch, and then his elbows to the wall.
Yeah.
So, trailer fight, Raising Arizona. Does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, John Goodman and Nicholas Coppola. Great scene.
All right, back to me. Oh, now like I've actually got some favorites here that I'm like having to decide between. There's one I'm going to say for sure that I know it's not getting picked, but now there's a lot of options here. Which one made me laugh the most? You know what?
It's interesting to see like who's leaning on violent, who's leaning on more funny.
I'm typically going to try to hit the funny.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go with, Jim Carrey's driving and he starts daydreaming about what his life would be like when he finds
Mary Swanson.
I didn't think about
and
that
he takes her to dinner, and the dinner just goes really bad.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot about
the server comes up and starts kissing her arm, and as soon as that goes down, he's not taking that, and it turns into just a violent kung fu fight. And then the head chef comes out the back, and they start a fight that turns into just ridiculousness.
And he grabs his heart out of his chest,
puts it in a doggy bag.
Hands it back to him. But it's first after he gets punched and he falls back because he's getting the shit kicked out of him. And Jim Carrey, just perfect physical comedy as he's like getting the kicks to the face. And then he gets the final punch. He goes down, but he comes back up. And he checks the blood. He's like, eh. And then boom, through the heart. So yeah, I'm taking Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber, Dream Fight.
That's
a good one.
A good pick.
Yeah, I forgot all about that one.
Okay. This one is a pretty big scene, and I'm wondering what you guys are going to allow me to get away with. But I'm going to try to pick the entire home invasion in Home Alone.
Wow. I will say on my list, I have a particular moment.
Okay. Then
of the Home Alone invasion. I think when we're saying scene,
it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab when the tarantula's on his chest and he hits him with a crowbar.
That's the one on my list.
That's a good one.
And his scream. Yeah, the crowbar and and the scream of the tarantula and then the crowbar. That whole scene. Yeah.
That's like that scream is iconic.
It's so good.
Well, and just there's the look in his eyes before. What are you doing, Harry?
Yeah. What's going on?
That's an incredible pick.
Yeah.
That's a good one, and I'm glad you picked that because that's the one exactly that's on my list.
When he hits him with a crowbar in the chest, he's checking his face for the tarantula guts. He's like, "I get it. I get it." He's checking his face.
So technically, somebody could take another scene from Home Alone.
Yes, that's my feelings.
I agree.
There's been a couple of movies that have been picked so far where I'm like, I think I could pick something different from that movie. But
Well, there's definitely scenes from different movies in different parts, but that's like all kind of one scene. But it is long enough. I think we could pick and choose.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure what we wanted to do. So
all right, Tony, we're finally back to you, man. It's been a while. We watched movie scenes. We did all sorts of things.
Did 4 BVKs as you guys were making your pick.
You guys are dicking around.
I might be slurring this whole last part of it. I'm going to go with a cameo that was kind of blew my mind back in the day, and it's something that couldn't happen these days. It's a movie called Zombieland. And the cameo is Bill Murray. And the scene is when Bill Murray gets shot because the Jesse Eisenberg character thinks that he's an actual zombie.
What was it? Do you have any regrets? Maybe Garfield.
It's just so funny. He thinks he's gonna dress up and be clever, and then he gets straight up just capped.
Yep.
And he gets to talk to him while he's dying.
That was probably one of the greatest like cameos in a movie.
God, that's such a beautiful
great grab, man.
overall. Holy shit, that wasn't even on my list. I cannot believe I didn't think of
I
that.
know.
Ugh.
I love those movies too.
Shit,
Yeah,
that's a great pick.
That was, and like, I mean, this is kind of social media days, but I had no idea that he was in this movie. I don't know if you had the same.
I will say that out of our 8 picks so far, 3 of them gets shot and one of them gets stabbed. So, and I mean, in Anchorman, you could even throw get stabbed because that's one of the main things of the whole fight.
Trident.
I stabbed a guy with a trident.
Yeah, you did. Rick, where'd you get a grenade?
I don't know.
You might want to lay low for a little while. Or get out of town for a little while.
Tony, second pick of the round.
Damn, that was a good pick, Tony.
That was good.
Yeah, and this one might even probably should have been 2 for me on my list, but I'm going to go with the scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark where Indiana Jones is facing off with the guy with the whip. And he's like doing all of these tricks or whatever, and then Indiana Jones just takes out a gun and shoots him.
Oh, you mean we had the sword?
Yeah, he's got the big
You know that funny though. I read that was actually like an improvised part 2.
Yes,
where he's just like, why don't I just shoot him? And they're like,
no,
do that.
It's
because he was sick.
Harrison Ford was sick.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a big choreographed fight.
Yeah,
and that poor guy, that actor that did all the sword tricks, had this big part and this big fight, and they're like, actually, we're just going to shoot you. Sorry, bro.
Very Harrison Ford.
Tony, I think this gets the point. I said gun brought to a sword fight.
Yes.
Okay. I think if somehow our
I had a feeling there's going to be a
that.
lot that I just didn't think of and I'd be mad about. And I've had about 4 already.
See, that's 2. Man, both of those I did not think of.
Such a wide. Yeah, it's hard.
This next one I'm going to pick because it's on the top of my list, and I kind of took a little bit of a gamble in a way. I thought that maybe Brad might snake it from me at some point, but maybe I'm all alone in this. But if I didn't get this on my list, I'd be very upset with myself because it's definitely an older movie, the greatest sports movie that I know, and it's when the Hansons hit the ice in Slapshot. And perfect. If you haven't seen Slapshot, which Matt's kind of looking around like, yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh my God. It is these 3 brothers, long-haired with glasses. They finally get to play and they beat the shit out of everybody. The puck ends up hitting the keyboard player up in the box at one point.
Everything they do just causes mass violence.
Chaos.
I mean, guys getting just crushed against the boards and just slowly dripping down the boards because, I mean, all 3 of them hit them at once.
Yeah,
like
it's amazing.
This movie is like, I can't even believe it exists. Like Paul Newman in a hockey movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
the mom from Christmas Story.
Showing her boobies, yeah.
Boobs
I do remember hearing about that from
Paul
Scotch.
Newman.
on multiple occasions.
The thing is, like, if you watch the hockey scenes, like they kind of go back, and Paul Newman's skating.
Yeah.
He's got some moves out there, and old Reg Dunlop, the player coach, out there, and it's just there's some great, amazing lines in that movie. If you have not seen Slapshot,
Some amazing outfits for the 70s.
oh, the outfits are the music is fantastic. 1977, it's amazing.
Oh boy, that's a good pick, and that wasn't. Oh man, that's
Third
a nice
round.
one.
Did you think of that one, Brad?
No, not on my list.
I was
Not
afraid.
on my
You were the one I
list.
was afraid of, and so I could have left that for the fourth round.
See, I'm sticking with silly because
Well, that's pretty silly.
there's sometimes when you go to a movie and like I don't think I've ever heard an audience laugh harder. And when you're talking with your friend later and you're like, I really felt like I was going to have like a heart attack because I just laughed for basically almost like 3 minutes straight. And it's expected when you go to watch Borat that it's going to be a silly movie and there's going to be some ridiculous in it. Uh-huh. But when they took their naked fight from the room down the elevator across a conference room, and it was just an amazing fight. And they're both buck naked, just going wild. We were just dying laughing. Like it was. This is one of those movies we went early because I was a Borat fan, and oh my gosh, just dying laughing. Some of the friends that I was with, like they didn't know much about it, and just howling. The crowd is howling with laughter as we watched it in the theater. So the naked fight and Borat is my third pick.
That's a good one.
I dig it.
I'm eyeballing my list here. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm picking this one for my boy Daniel because Daniel for the Real Drunks co-host. We're gonna go Pineapple Express. The fight between Dale and Saul versus Red, the living room fight.
That was on my list.
Yeah, I got to go with that one. Where they just that he slammed his head and his face lands in the litter box, and this ends now.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time, and I need to rewatch it again.
Oh, it's such a great movie.
It's really
just
good.
that fight scene where he slammed his head through walls and
Love it. Okay.
Oh man, see, this is the next one I'm gonna have a hard time with.
The lists are getting interesting now.
Yeah.
My list is thinning out.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. Screw it. I'm gonna have the same question you have about Home Alone with this one.
Okay.
The final shootout, the street shootout from Hot Fuzz.
Okay.
Or do I need to pick a specific?
No.
So-
I count it as the old people shootout at the end of Hot Fuzz. That
Right.
counts. I think that counts as a scene.
Where they shoot the Potter plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on my list as just the old people fight, like basically
Yeah.
the old people shootout.
Yeah. I had it a little different. I picked a different scene, which was actually the grocery center, but that's later, so I don't think it includes that,
Yeah.
right?
And that's not the old people either. That's
Right.
just
I'm gonna
the-
go when they
yeah.
first ride into town with the on the horse with his
Yeah, okay.
and they just first
Yeah.
start going at it. Yeah.
But yeah, Hot Fuzz is on my list for sure.
that was there. And again, well, there could be a distinction there, but like I think that's the right thing. I think that works as a scene. Oh God, now this is making me sad because there's just there's so many good ones here that I could
I love
pick.
that people did not have some of these on their list. That is actually pretty incredible because I thought it was going to be like 10 and we were all going to be clamoring for like 10 of them.
Oh, I think there's just so many that it's like it's such an open-ended topic.
There's a bunch here that like really make me laugh. I have a few ironic ones here that I think I'm going to stay away from. And, I might as well just continue with silly. This one, maybe it's not violent enough. Maybe I should stay away from that. No, fuck it. It's violent. I don't care. It's
Do it.
It's violent enough. I'm going to go ahead and take, in a galaxy far, far away. At one point, as the heroes are struggling to get off of the Star Destroyer that they're on, Han Solo, he just says fuck it and he goes sprinting. He shoots a couple stormtroopers and he sprints after them, And then he all of a sudden comes to a point where he's like, oh shit, there's a bunch of them. He still shoots a few and then sprints off the other way.
Yeah, he realizes he turns the corner. Oh shit!
For a minute, he feels like badass. He's like, I'm fucking chasing these guys away. They're scared. And then all of a sudden he runs into the whole crew and he's like, ah, shit, man, maybe I should turn around. And that makes me just laugh so much. It's a great scene. It's silly. It's funny. And it's like the silliness of Star Wars that I think the later episodes kind of started to forget,
right?
Which there has got to be a little inherent kind of
or like
zaniness
when he's on the microphone. It's like, "How are you? Yeah, we're fine.
How are you?
We're fine. How are you?
Yeah." Okay, so Han retreats in Star Wars, or how are you gonna
put Han attacks and then retreats?
That works. Yeah,
Star Wars.
Okay, all right. Nobody's worn the T-shirt yet. And
surprisingly enough,
I'm going to wear the T-shirt, but not the T-shirt we all think.
I think you're going to pick the one I would pick out of this.
I'm interested to see because I have my number one.
There's a few, but I'm going with that rabbit is dynamite.
Oh, no.
Yep, I'm going with the rabbit attack when it goes flying across the sky and takes his head off. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
and they pull out the holy hand grenade. And it's like, let's go to Brother Maynard. He has He has the holy hand grenade. It's like, where the fuck did he come from?
You do see them earlier, and they are dragging that little thing across. Okay. Yeah, and so, the holy, and then of course the book of armaments is just some amazing writing.
Yeah,
and thou shalt snuff it.
So good. So, yep, I'm going with Killer Rabbit.
That's great.
That's good. That is not my Monty Python pick, but it is a great one. All right, Tony, you're ending this thing. We've got this is a way deeper draft than I think we thought it was.
Yeah. You guys definitely came with some great picks that I wasn't ready for, and I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I love it.
There's a few that I want. There's a few that I want to do at the end. The one that kind of stands out. There's two of the movies have Arnold Schwarzenegger in them. I'm gonna go with the movie True Lies. When Jamie Lee Curtis drops the gun and it goes down the stairs and kills all the terrorists.
That's a good one.
Because I feel like that one
is ridiculous.
It's slapsticky in a way that is like, is this a James Cameron film still, or is it a Mel Brooks film? Like, what's going on right here? This gun would never just keep firing, but it just keeps going all the way to the end, all the way until it falls on the ground. And
the best, my favorite, absolutely favorite, and again, this was not on my list. I cannot believe I didn't bring True Lies in this because there's
some good ones in True Lies.
That's a movie I saw a couple times in the theater, and there's one guy that tries to turn around and run from the bullets, which is the best thing ever. He runs up and sees his friends getting shot, so he tries to turn around, and then that Uzi still keeps shooting. It's so clownish. It's so ridiculous. And again, this is kind of a pre 9/11 environment where your terrorists got to be silly and just slapstick, and it's just so wild.
I'm a little surprised that we didn't have more that included Arnold Schwarzenegger tagline.
There's another one that
there's a bunch.
We're gonna get in all surrounds, but are we talking Commando?
I was thinking
one.
Commando. Stick around.
Yeah. I'll save the other one.
All right, we're gonna get some all surrounds later, but holy smokes! I'm looking at this draft. I'm like, holy.
I would not want to judge this.
I don't think there's any losers in this draft.
It's gonna be.
There can be only one.
Somebody's definitely gonna lose, but at the same time, I'm like, there's just it's going to be interesting to see. Does he like more violent? Does he like silly? Does he like?
Yeah.
There's a lot of avenues to go here. This is a good one.
So if you heard us last week, my friend Jason is going to be here, first time judge. He says he's got a little something up his sleeve, so I'm a little curious to see what he's going to do. He's got some bonus categories and something a little special at the end, which I have no idea. It's one of those things where he's like, I don't even know if this is going to work. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be exciting. So we'll be back in a little bit, and we shall be judged.
Do you enjoy movies?
Do you enjoy adult beverages?
Do you enjoy conversations that could go off the rails at any second?
If you said yes to any of these questions, then you should check out the Films and Fermentation Podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're just three friends
who like to talk shit about movies
while getting shit-faced. So join us every week as we discuss interesting movie topics like best ensemble films, most paused moments in cinema, and the occasional movie review, plus so much more.
When you add drinking, you have no idea where this conversations could go.
So find us on Spotify, Apple Pods, Good Pods, YouTube, or wherever you go to listen to your favorite shows. You could also visit linktree.com/films and fermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. We'll be waiting for you to join us weekly at the crossroads between pickled and fermented. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bathymetrics, YouTube assist. Gonna point out all the shit that we missed. It's the draft judge, crushing dreams once again.
Speaking of crushing, I noticed that you just opened up a Corona. How does a Corona taste after a BVK IPA?
Like ass. Ass water. But not the good stripper ass water.
No glitter to it. Because the Corona doesn't have the Idaho 7 hops.
That's right.
Yeah, we know that is the magical combination.
Okay, so we had just a heck of a draft. We were all very surprised at some of the things we missed that other guys called out. And when I sent this off, I just said, I'm glad I'm not judging this. So, Jason, you're joining us again. And as a longtime listener, this is the first time you've judged.
This is the first time I've judged.
And
I mean, every week I judge silently from
right. So one thing about Jason, and if anybody's on Facebook and follows us there, I've had a lot of BVK IPAs. Jason likes to do his own lists after we do our drafts, and he'll actually pick stuff that we forgot about, and he'll have some great teams that we completely missed.
Yeah, I try to do and I haven't done this actually in about like 3 or 4 weeks. The holidays, and you guys kind of did what you guys did the last few episodes or whatever. But I try to do a winning. I call it winning with what's left. Whatever you guys didn't talk about, whatever you didn't pick in your also rans, even
right.
And then I'll try to like fill out my own.
And it's always easy to judge from afar, but now that you're a judge, are you regretting your decision?
This is and it's weird because I have this, I have this feeling like that, like I'm looking at this list that you guys gave me, and I'm like, God, this is crazy. Like this is an impossible draft. It's a weird draft anyway. It's so subjective. What does somebody think is funny? What is I even had to look up the definition of violence just to check myself for a second, like exactly what that is. But the funny part is the real problem, right? Like everybody has a different idea of what's funny or not or whatever, and how much of funny is in that scene or not or whatever. So it's very, very subjective.
And what I forgot to tell these guys was that you don't have a sense of humor.
That's right. So
so.
We're going to find out.
We heard in person Notting Hill when Jason came in and was regulating. It was great.
So we like to ask our judges, what kind of criteria did you set forth?
What criteria?
And how did you go about judging this?
Well, so like the initial criteria is I just like kind of looked at the list, took it in at like first glance.
Face value.
Yeah, face value. And it became like, it was a weird first look because immediately you see like different people's different concepts or ideas of what they kind of find funny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as far as scoring, like my scoring is very much, I started with the standard. I took all of your, I took your draft and then 1 to 16 it myself and made it top,
It's a very, very common draft strategy. The Governor, I believe, he was the pioneer of that.
So, my first overall is going to get 16 points and then work your way down.
Right.
And then from there, I did have a couple of like little added on, like, my added on bonus, like a couple bonus things.
Did you have a 1 of 1?
I did. I had a 1 of 1. Yeah.
Did we
1 of 1 did not go number 1.
Okay.
To me, 1 of 1 is like a mile ahead of whatever number 2 is.
Oh boy!
Wow. I guess we'll get to it, or I could say it now.
I say we wait till we get to it.
But I had for me, I had a definite 1 of 1. But yeah, so like I wanted to keep the one thing that I haven't noticed too much when I've listened to previous episodes or whatever is that the draft almost starts to stand alone because it's a different thing from whatever the movie was that we did last week. But I wanted it to be a little bit tied into the previous movie so we can kind of bring back last week's, movie review.
Right.
So for that, my bonuses had to do with that.
Okay.
Of course.
So let's see here. Let me look through.
He has a little book. I
got
think
a
he has
little
a journal
book.
here.
Yeah.
It looks like he's a journaler.
I'm a journal. Well, I dabble in writing. I dabble in screenwriting. And stuff.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, I've got Moleskines all over my house. So my first bonus category was the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. And that was any movie that you guys drafted that I wrote whereby a bonus 2 points goes to a movie pick that includes some sort of religious iconography.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Now I'm regretting that I didn't.
I was hoping it was snuffing, but
Right. Yes. My second bonus was The Rabbit of Caer Banog, where 2 bonus points will go to any movie that includes animals in the scene.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking over here.
So both of these did come into play a couple of times or whatever.
Okay.
And then, well, actually, the last one that the last bonus that I used is the Black Beast of Ar. Right. This didn't come into play, but it would have been a -1 point if there was any cartoonery involved.
Oh,
okay.
You know what? It's one thing I thought about anime, and I didn't, or not anime, but animation. I do that every fucking time on this pod. I swear, I say anime is that when I mean animation. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't put it on anything on my list, but I thought literally right like 10 minutes before I was like, fuck, I didn't think of any animation. Sorry, my brain started going. I'm glad I didn't think of anything.
It wasn't an intentional. It wasn't intentionally to
anti-Brad.
Brad in any way.
He's like, okay, this
That's
is
not
pick
what
some
it was.
Pixar shit, or he's going back to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I know
Exactly.
exactly seem that
Hey,
way.
whoa.
But I felt like especially when it came to like comedy and violence, like cartoons started getting too out of control.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to give anything to that.
Well,
But that didn't come into play.
And it didn't
The
come into
bullets in Who Framed Roger Rabbit are hilarious. When he shoots him out of the gun. Did he go that way? No, he went that way.
There was violence against a bottle of booze.
Yeah.
The tomahawk.
Yeah.
Well, him melting him in the is pretty violent, right? When
That's not very funny though.
that's true.
That's
Shoot,
traumatizing.
that's
Come
sad.
on, Jason. Why are you trying to bring up old shit, man? You gonna make me you trying to get some tears out of me?
Okay.
Bring me to a bad place.
You're to a bad
Bring you back to a bad draft.
So that's it. That one didn't come into play anyway. So that's fine, right?
Okay.
So how do we want to go forward here?
Well, the first thing we like to do is we want to hear the scores.
There's some points. There's some points
There's
involved.
some points involved. Hopefully, you have points involved.
there are points involved.
It'd be weird if he went. My first pick got 16, and he's like, no, points aren't involved.
Nope.
no point.
After all of that, I just
like
flipped,
numbers.
Flipped a coin 4 times and we're done.
So please give us the scores, the points only.
You just want to know what the scores, but
Without any
with nothing,
team names, we
right.
just want to know like what we're looking for the range essentially.
Right, and this turned out to be very interesting. So the scores from like bottom up, I guess, I'll say,
That's perfect.
are 26 points,
Okay.
27 points, 45 points.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow.
46 points.
Oh,
Damn!
Wow.
Right. So clearly,
Two top dogs
both sides are going to be feeling some.
just bottom barrels. Wow.
Right. And the point totals did get affected by
Bonuses.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I was not
if you got
expecting
fourth,
that.
if you got fourth or third, you basically we basically both got fourth because bonus points change things. And if you got first or second, you kind of you
Right.
kind of felt like you got first.
And I will say this as a little bit of a tease. There's more coming.
Oh Jesus, we got
I
surprises.
mean, after it's revealed, something's going to change.
Oh boy.
Something potentially could change.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna listen to your podcast for a year and a half and then finally get to be a judge without bringing some crazy shenanigans.
I love that. I
Are
love
we
that.
have another weird draw number
I mean,
I love
like last time?
Contests.
we are going to find out. And the truth is, the way this point came out, it's going to be very interesting what might happen.
I'm willing to punch myself in the face. I'm telling you, if I got to
mean-
make some funny violence happen, I'm ready.
I will be happy to punch Brad in the dick.
I'm waiting for somebody to slice Nate's toes still, but apparently
we talked about that in the last episode.
Good.
Unfortunately,
good. He deserves some talk about
Yeesh.
that.
Yeah. Okay. So
at this point, that's where we stand. Those four.
Okay. So we're gonna do the
26, 27.
20, 26, 27, 45, 46.
Okay.
So who got 26 points?
So we're going to start with 26 points. We'd like to know which team.
So are we going to do your special thing now, or are we going to do the special thing after you announce the results?
That's
we're going to do it after the announce.
Okay.
So don't get too excited, folks.
Right. Or get very excited. Whichever way you want to take the tension.
Or punch Brad in the face.
So definitely punch. I think it was in the dick. If
That's
right.
People have called me a dick face before.
Fourth place.
Fourth place with 26 points currently. Team 2.
Team 2 includes The Rapist Gets Shot in the Balls, RoboCop, Tarantula Crowbar from Home Alone, Hanson Brothers debut, Slapshot, and The Rabbit Attack, Monty Python Holy Grail.
That is correct.
That's the fucking most insane fucking take I've ever heard in my life. Wow. All right.
That's the most insane take.
I was waiting to throw my headphones down and walk out.
Can you guess?
All right, Jason, direct us through this because, your friend Scotch here is
You want me to direct? Okay, so
about to kick your ass out of here.
I'm sure he is. I feel terrible that I'm here in the cantina, and also I knew that this was your team,
which is why 100% you picked me last.
Drinking his beer.
Which I'm going to say it out front, but it had nothing to do with why I picked it, why I scored it this way. But at the same time, so my first problem right up top is the RoboCop. So when I was doing this, it's such a weird subjective thing that I wanted to have some decent memory of these clips of these scenes. Yeah. Because even if you kind of remember it, you kind of can forget what makes them funny or what doesn't, specifically. So a lot of this I actually YouTubed a little bit. And the RoboCop scene to me is just it's just not that fun. It's barely funny.
There's
no funny.
What we figured out though is that
there's violence.
He actually picked the wrong movie. He doesn't
even get to hear about what it is now. He doesn't get to see it.
I'm on Scotch's team on this one because
that's fucking funny.
Anytime
dude.
anybody gets shot in the dick, it is hilarious.
Well, the reaction to it,
especially somebody attacking a woman gets shot in the dick, it's hilarious.
I mean, it's pretty much. I mean, obviously, you could kind of take it that way if you want to, but it primarily is just like a messed up rape scene.
You take
that kind of goes wrong, and he makes a great shot
and
because he is a robot.
In the dick.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious.
I'm sorry, are you taking the side of the attacker?
No. That's what should have happened, but it doesn't mean it was funny when it did.
All right.
I mean,
let's move on. Let's hear what else isn't funny.
So I do want to tell you that
was there a divide at all in the room since Hank has already taken your side? I'm just curious if I'm completely on my own with this.
This is Matt.
That's Matt. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Since Matt was on your side, I'm just curious if anyone else at the table was on my side at all, or am I on my own here?
No, as far as his team sucking.
It was on my list.
No. The RoboCop's
it was on my list.
Oh,
yeah.
I get the intention. I think it was open interpretation. That's what the thing is. The judge, it was all willing on. Is the judge going to take a movie like that where a rapist getting shot or a potential rapist getting shot? That's like fuck yeah.
Right.
Is it funny?
Fuck was to me.
I thought so.
I mean, you know what's weird is, and it might have been. Well, it's not even might have been, but it definitely for me. If I wanted to decide, him getting shot in the dick is funny, which I'll give you that to some extent. It's not second pick overall funny.
Okay, all right. Now I will say his audacity on the second pick. Yeah. His second pick, which is Tarantula Crowbar for Home Alone.
Yes.
First, he tried to draft. I want the whole entire Wet Bandits versus Kevin scene as a scene.
Was it like an homage to Nate? Or?
The whole second half of the movie.
It was a question.
I'll take.
I asked it, and then I said, "No, I'll take this scene."
I'll take 45 minutes of a film.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
all right.
But I think he did pick the right part from Home Alone. What'd you think, Jace?
For Home Alone. Yeah, I mean, I struggled with your team. I'm going to be honest with you. I did like Home Alone.
Like I said, he has no sense of humor.
No, I like Home Alone. Home Alone ranked 11th place.
Okay.
So that's where that fell.
Okay.
I told you friendships would end on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Okay. This is the one I'm curious about.
Okay.
Hanson's hit the eyes at Slapshot.
Right. So Hanson's.
Have you seen
definitely
Slapshot?
YouTubeable.
I YouTubed it, and I have seen Slapshot.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's just obvious that we don't see eye to eye. Let's just move on.
You know what's crazy is I feel like your team's like kind of picked up pace as it went along. It got better as it went along.
Okay.
It got better.
That makes me feel that makes me feel better about it.
Great.
So where did
And
Rabbit
then his
Attack?
last-
What did Rabbit Attack get? Like I gotta.
Well, this
assume
is
that
the crazy thing. I can't believe that this lasted this long.
Yeah.
And then I know that there's like a hesitancy to try to like wear the T-shirt, but at the same time, like
You have to.
the rabbit, that's an absolute steal.
Yeah.
So like the rabbit scene for me ranked number 5 overall.
Oh, look at that.
And I
That's
got
what I
the
meant
last-
by you kind of went like it was
Definitely
almost
got
like
better.
your team was out of order for me or whatever. But I can't believe the rabbit lasted to
And
round
he
5.
got bonus points, right? For
He got double bonus points for
Animals
religious,
and religious iconography.
iconography and animal.
Did I get points for the tarantula?
the
It's an animal.
Oh shit!
Oh, damn
Tarantula
it.
technically is an animal.
Does that mean that he
is it
doesn't
though?
get-
No,
Is that 2 points
I
or
would say
1
it's an
point?
It's a
insect.
2 point.
That's an insect. It's not.
It's a living being.
I didn't give you points for the tarantula. I guess I should have. And an insect is an animal. Let's not get crazy.
An insect.
It's just a different.
It was just a question.
It's just a different.
Insect is an insect.
The fact that Matt is defending this so hard means that he is. In
He's
third
worried
place.
that he's in third. Apparently, That's a good point. I'm going to give.
I'm
I'm going to give you 2 more points.
I'm hedging
He's giving
my
me 2 more
bet.
points.
Hey, I just say dictionary says a living organism
Yeah,
that feeds on
it's
organic
definitely an
matter,
animal.
typically having specialized sense organs and nervous system and able to
in
respond
that
rapidly
case,
to stimuli.
every single one
Give
of
me
these
the
picks
third
with a
place
human
right now.
being in it is an animal.
Give me the third place
Oh, boy.
right now.
That is true. Matt does bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Human beings are animals.
Yeah,
essentially.
if you want to
Human
go
beings
off
are
that.
animals.
So,
That's clear. Look around the table right now. We're all a bunch of animals.
So all teams get points.
Yeah, all teams get points. So,
So it
I get one more.
cancels
Oh, I
itself
see.
out.
yeah, like, that's not gonna. We're not gonna go there for sure. Tarantula technically is an animal, and that did technically just move Scott's team into third place.
Okay, so who's
This
the
is-
fourth
this
kid?
is-
Who's the
this
fourth
is
place?
unprecedented.
This is unprecedented.
I love it. Coming in hot. Coming in hot.
So
and there might even be shenanigans.
it
at
might
the end.
change again.
Yeah, this is a train wreck right out of the gate.
Love it.
Love
it.
to have you. So the new 4th place.
So glad that we made you judge.
the new
So now we can go back to the 4th place and then alter his total to move him back up.
the
apparently,
new
for the thing that I missed.
fourthish place.
Yes. So now we're back to team 1.
Team 1 includes Marvin gets shot in the face, Pulp Fiction. Bill Murray gets shot, Zombieland. Gun brought to a sword fight, Raiders of the Lost Ark. And Helen Tasker drops the Uzi, True Lies.
I'm almost more mad that he got 4th place. That's a great team, Tony. That's a great team.
I retract everything that I said before.
Oh my!
Tarantulas are not animals.
Yeah.
Are
Right?
zombies animals?
I was just trying to hedge my bet.
Zombies don't count as animals. Yeah.
No.
Boy.
They're not living organisms.
Okay, so let me guess. You didn't
Holy
think Marvin
smokes.
getting shot in the face was funny.
Marvin. Well, no. I mean.
I am
go-
never
we'll go-
gonna.
we'll go one
He
by
has
one.
no sense of humor.
We will go one by one.
I'm never going to be on this podcast.
This is actually very opposite of Scott's situation, where I thought yours kept getting worse as opposed to getting better.
What?
So
What?
so your first was Marvin getting shot, right?
Yes.
So for me, I have Marvin getting shot. I mean, when I say it's better, you do have 26 points. So that's my number 7 pick overall,
So
as opposed to the overall.
now,
And I do
how
find it hilarious.
How much of the extension of the scene do you include in your
This is the thing.
analysis?
Well, I mean, the scene goes up into like it's still in the car, but you know, like the scene, it doesn't go all the way to like the
you're
cleaner.
not going to say you're not going to say the cleaning up does not count.
No,
as
for
far
me, the
as that?
scene ends. They're still in the car, and then it goes to the next scene of the
Okay,
cleaner.
okay.
I don't know if that's what you were. If you were thinking the whole. I mean,
That's what it
Scott's
should
trying
be.
to take 3/4 of Home Alone, so I wasn't sure what.
No. I'm not.
I took a scene. I asked the question, and they're being dicks about it.
I'm not trying to take the rest of Pulp Fiction.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Just give me the rest of this. Now, please.
Where did Bill Murray getting shot rank?
It ranked. You know what? It ranked high. Like I kind of forgot about that scene. I forgot about that movie. I hadn't seen Zombieland in a long time, but it ended up ranking number 6 over
Marvin.
over Marvin.
Okay.
So Marvin, I find it's hilarious. It's a hilarious scene, and the dialogue is funny and everything.
I shot Marvin in the face.
Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
But I don't know. If for some reason it just comes across as kind of like I don't know. It's hilarious, but
I feel like now my list was built up for me to just get fourth place.
keep hope alive.
Indiana Jones gun sword fight. That's a classic scene. That's hilarious.
So the Indy Jones and the Star Wars one were like both kind of like pulling at my heartstrings of like what we loved from when we were kids and all of that. And they, for me, as I was doing this list, they kept kind of like barely moving down. And for me, the Star Wars one's better. So it kind of ended up underneath it.
Okay.
But it ended up going down to.
But still in the
Raiders was my number 13.
All right. And then Jamie Lee Curtis drops the gun.
I didn't even remember this at all. And I watched the scene and it's funny. It's funny what happened.
Apparently not funny enough.
I mean, this is right.
Maybe it would have been better if it was Godzilla.
It's not as funny as other stuff that's on the list. Is the thing. So yeah, that one it ranked pretty poor.
Oh.
Like that one was.
That's just pure physical comedy.
It's just physical comedy. It's a gun falling down the stairs. And
but that's the okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
we're never coming here again.
Yeah. Don't forget a lot of this because it's comedy too is like we're splitting hairs. Like sometimes it's the difference between like my whatever I think is the funniest at number 6 and whatever's funniest at like 10th. It's not really that far apart. It's just that you got to rank them somehow, right?
Yeah,
right.
But is Jamie? It's funny, but is it funnier than the rabbit scene or whatever? Like I don't know.
You know, man, you're good. I'm all right with all this.
Yeah, I'm glad I have somebody on my side.
Matt Marlowe's just slowly cruising up the rankings here.
So now
I like him bearing the gov.
Where's that
so
whiskey?
much more?
Real quick. So how many drafts have you done now? Is this your second?
2.
Okay. So he's definitely improved his
Oh yeah,
which I'm rooting for because damn it, Brad's been winning a lot lately. It fucking irritates
Well,
me.
I'm rooting for myself because I got screwed the last time.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Well,
okay. Second place.
Here we go.
Second
This
place
is 45
for
and
now.
46 points.
For now, we still don't know what's coming.
Second place
Yeah,
for
I
now
might
with
get 80 points.
45 points
I might get 80
is
points after this.
Team 3.
Oh,
Team 3 includes Reporter Fight from Anchorman, Lloyd Christmas Dream Fight Dumb and Dumber, The Naked Fight Borat, and Han Attacks and Then Retreats Star Wars.
When I first looked at this immediately, right off the bat, I'm like surprised that Team 3 wasn't a runaway winner.
right. Well, I think it's a hell of a lot better than Team 4, but move on.
Eat a dick.
Well, we might as well get it out of the way right
Which
now.
Team 4?
Did Reporter Fight get the animal bonus?
So, yes, it did from the horses.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I know you were hoping for no, but
what animals were there? They're like, okay, the horse.
He stopped breathing for a second.
the horses were in there. The horses got the animal bonus, and Reporter Fight is my number 1 overall by a mile. Like it's
Okay.
not even close. When it's for like funny violence, it's all the violence. It's every weapon. It's nonstop jokes. Anchorman's hilarious. Like for me, it's like that and everything else.
Right.
So
I was happy to get it at 3. I was very stoked.
Yeah, it's shocking that you got it at 3 to me. Like that's great. We have not to pile on, but the RoboCop dick shot before that is like. I mean,
I will agree with you.
I'm going to give it to you
on that one. I will say yes on that one.
Just keep punching at Scotch. I
That's
love it.
fine, dude.
I think it's an age thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm the same age, but yeah, okay.
Lloyd Christmas Dream Fight Dumb and Dumber.
Where were we at? Let's see. So this is 3. Oh shit! What did I do here? 7 points. Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry. It was the 10th spot, and that was your lowest. That was your lowest one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah. And then, well, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't your lowest one. Shit. I'm sorry about that. Okay. It's second to lowest, but okay. Your next pick actually is my number 2 overall.
Naked Fight Borat?
The Borat scene. Now, granted, it's
Okay.
obviously crazy, homoerotic, but I mean, I remember being in the
Makes
theater.
a lot of sense. You'd like this one.
Yeah.
I
expected that.
Okay, I specifically talked about the theater experience.
I could argue that there's an animal in this scene.
We could.
There's like a hedgehog, I'm pretty sure, somewhere.
The theater experience, was it just
my Lord.
was the theater just erupting?
I remember watching this in the theater, and when that scene happens, it's just chaos in the theater. Like every single person in there is dying. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, that like ties to it. But I mean, it's just hilarious. It's the way he pushes it so far, like way farther than it should
And the
ever be pushed.
commentary, the whole fight, it's just like everything.
It's great. It's great. So that was my number 2 overall.
Wow.
Mildly embarrassed.
I got 1 and 2, and I still don't win. This is fucking wild.
Well, because the Star Wars was below Indiana Jones, right? You said
no. He said Star Wars was over Indiana Jones.
No. It was over Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
The one
Oh,
that
okay.
rated that.
Got it.
Let's not talk about that.
Which I would.
So that's your 4th pick was the Star Wars pick, right?
Yeah.
And that was my number 12. So it got you 5 points. But
All right.
Damn.
yeah.
The current winning team, because apparently something might change.
Right. Well,
I'm hoping some crushing dreams again.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that's right. I'm
not
staying-
getting too cocky
staying
right now. I'm
true
happy,
to the song.
I'm happy not being in the bottom.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about Team 4.
So Team 4.
Team 4 included Stu gets stabbed from Scream, Trailer Fight, Raising Arizona, Saul, Dale, Red, Living Room Fight, Pineapple Express, and Old People Shootout, Hot Fuzz.
Right. So Scream, like almost the opposite of yours, Brad. Like you had the top 1 and 2 very strong, and then it like dropped a little bit. Yours was the opposite. So like Scream was my number 8 overall. And then Pulp Fiction next? No,
Trailer Fight, Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona was my number 9. The only reason Raising Arizona dropped a little bit for me is that I feel like, it didn't matter, honestly, because it went to your team anyway. But I feel like the Pineapple Express fight and the Raising Arizona fight are very, very similar. But the Pineapple Express fight is just amazing.
You prefer that one?
I prefer. It's way funnier to me. Like him just going, like the whole fight, him going, no. Like
I struggled.
Yeah.
on
But
the
they're very
placement.
similar.
Yeah.
So that like kind of dropped.
I went for the age thing.
Yeah.
Maybe like you were like you know what I mean, like.
This draft has an asterisk on it.
I'm still confused. So
wait,
Yeah, what were
it's
you saying
definitely
earlier about in
give
the
it,
draft?
give it a minute.
Hey, considering the fact that I did this draft in 2 hours.
So I will say he was a late pickup, but that's all right. And then Old People Shows. I'm assuming that did really well.
Which one were we doing?
Hot Fuzz.
Old People Shot.
Hot Fuzz. I have a place in my heart for Simon Pegg, and that was my number 4 overall.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, that was and so it broke down where you like had you had my number 1 and number 2, but he had a 3 and a 4. And then it
three
came
was
down
the
the
Pineapple
difference.
Express.
3 was Pineapple Express.
So shit, with his 3rd and 4th pick, he got 3 and 4. That's pretty
Right, he got 3, 4. You got 1, 2, and then the bottom ones were what separated the 1.
Okay.
Let me ask you this though: for the Hot Fuzz pick, if I had to pick, instead of this one, if I picked where he drop kicks the old lady in the face,
Would that have counted?
would that
or
have-
did you include that?
I mean, it's the pick is the one you picked.
Okay.
I mean, the final fight
Okay.
is the yeah.
That's
you know,
what. Okay,
That's
Just
the
wanna
right.
make sure.
It's the right pick.
Okay.
But,
Pretty big scene.
I feel bad for
Home
Tony.
Alone.
I'm still looking over here at Tony. Tony just looks angry.
It is
He's
a long scene.
Nobody's giving him
He's
any
like,
shit.
what the fuck is going on right now?
No, I did the outdoor shoot. I
was
didn't,
a long
I didn't go into like the supermarket or the little model town area or any
bar?
of that.
Because the whole show, everybody's like, I wish I would have picked that one. Oh, I didn't have that on my list.
he didn't say, "Can I have
And I'm
at
like,
World's End
This
also?"
Can I have the whole trilogy of that?
The Cornetto trilogy is my pick.
Yeah.
It's fine. I got a lot of beer. It's fine.
All right, so now we're we're all holding on here for possible
So there's
shenanigans.
2 other things happening now.
Okay.
Oh,
Two.
God.
2. So the first is this.
I see it.
It's plus 5 points, folks,
For Holy Grail.
and it's the Holy Grail.
okay.
All right.
I thought I was going to grab it.
If any of you picked the movie that I wrote on the back of this, that is the first movie I thought of when I heard this category,
Okay.
you will get 5 points extra.
Okay.
Well, that's Anchorman.
It's not because I wasn't that good. And to relieve some of the stress, what I wrote was when Steve Coogan steps on a landmine in Tropic Thunder.
Oh, no, it's the 5 points.
The Tropic Thunder movie was the first thing I thought of like funny violence.
That is pretty damn funny.
And then when he hits the landmine is what just like launches that movie into. So nobody gets the 5 point.
Okay.
Holy Grail. Nobody found the Holy Grail.
I love that you drew a picture. He did draw a
You
picture
like
for
that?
us, so you
Yeah.
can't see it.
That's artwork right there.
Take a picture of that real
That's
quick.
2 minute artwork.
We got to have that on
Can I
there.
take that artwork to the bathroom real quick?
Erase it, write something
That
different.
point's going to help you.
Yeah.
Marvin shot face.
However, this. Okay. This is where it's
boy.
going to get bonkers.
Oh no.
Potentially.
Multiple cards.
He's bringing stuff out. And we've got
Yeah, we've got these cards.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
there's
What
only
these
3.
cards can get you is plus 3 points or minus 2.
Okay.
So what I call this is I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
So this is the opportunity to improve your team if you should choose it or not.
Oh boy.
I'm not dead yet. So clearly whoever's on the bottom,
Who could that be?
there's only 3 cards and we'll start with whoever's on the bottom if you would like to pick one. And if you do,
Keep it. Do we?
you're going to answer a question on the back that if you get correct, will give you 3 points. But if you
I
don't,
think go for
it
it,
will
man.
drop you 2.
But what do you have
I
to
have nothing to lose.
You have nothing to lose.
You have nothing to
Okay.
lose.
Okay.
We talked about Monty Python. Give me number 3.
Number 3 question.
3, sir.
Number 5? No. Number 3.
3, sir.
3, sir. What is your name?
My name is Tony.
What is your quest?
To seek the Holy Grail.
Name 5 of the 8 knights recruited by King Arthur in the film.
Sir Galahad, Sir Robin, Lancelot.
Is there a time limit?
I didn't decide that. If you guys want to, we can decide that if you want.
I don't know the other ones. I'm done.
That's 2 less. That is minus 2 points.
That's fine.
All right.
All right.
A cementing, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is officially last.
So
pass.
let's go. I mean, we're saying Sir not appearing in this film counts as one.
It does.
They're not appearing in the
there
film?
There were 8 knights that were recruited.
Sir Galahad, Sir Benevere.
Benevere.
Bedivere. Yeah.
He said Lancelot. He said Robin.
He said Galahad.
Galahad.
King Arthur. Does he count?
No.
Okay.
Because there's recruiting. So who
Oh,
are the
right.
3 others?
The 3 others come at the very end, where he also recruits Bors, Gawain, and Ector, and all of them get killed immediately by the rabbit.
Oh, that he does say. Who did we lose?
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's five.
the sneaky part of that
Sir.
is Sir not appearing in this film,
Right.
Because
It's just a throwaway line.
because
It's
there's
a baby.
Yeah.
You can get the 4
Get the
main.
4.
I wouldn't have
and then
got it either.
that's
I wouldn't have got
that's
the
the one that
last
was in my head.
I would have gotten the 4, but I would not have gotten the Sir not
I would
appearing in
have
this
said
film.
Sir not appearing in this.
That's great.
Right.
Okay, so
So now you guys kind of know what you're dealing with a little bit.
Okay.
there's no point.
He's already picked his, and at that point, he's eliminated from picking only one. There's 3 of you and only 2 cards left.
But
So
there's
it goes to-
there's no point. There's no way I can.
You can't
catch
improve
up.
anything.
So
No, wait,
you
pick one.
cannot catch up.
So
Are you gonna leave it to me and him?
But there does happen to be a 1 point difference between first and second
Yeah,
place.
I want to see what happens between you guys.
All right.
And you could lose 2 points and lose.
I like.
Oh, he's going for Brad's just
Red.
going.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Red.
Red.
Truck number 2.
Number 2.
If I don't pick, he's not going to pick one, and then I lose. So I gotta.
Yeah, I like this.
That is true. What is your name?
My name is Brad.
What is your quest?
I seek the Grail.
Name 5 of the 6 members of the Monty Python troupe.
Terry Jones, Terry Gilliam, John Cleese, Eric Idle, Michael Palin.
That is 5 of the 6.
Boom.
And I'll throw in
Bonus points.
Graham Drunk. I forgot what Graham's last name is.
Chapman.
Chapman. There you go.
Not Hancock or all the other Grahams.
King Arthur himself.
Which then gives you 3 points, moving you 2 points,
Now I put
and
some
are now
pressure
in
on.
charge of first place.
You know what? I'm okay right now because I'm not third and I'm not fourth.
Brad is so happy right now.
Oh boy.
This leaves 1 card left.
All right.
It's the only card, and clearly you have to play it.
All right. Let's do it.
So we'll pick it. What's your name?
Matt.
Wrong. No. What is your quest?
To find the Grail.
Matt, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
First place, buddy.
Oh!
Suck it! Let me see that card.
I want to see the card.
Suck it!
I want to.
One of the three was a ridiculous question.
It's also on a blue card, by the way.
It is on a blue card, yeah.
It's also on a blue card.
So
That
that's
is
why I didn't.
awesome.
That's bullshit. I know his favorite color is
Wait,
black.
is it green?
I know it for
Fuchsia. Oh my god. I am the smartest man alive!
That is terrific.
Okay.
I'm actually
That's what
glad
happened.
because Brad's he needs to get knocked down.
It worked out how it should have,
Worked out good.
technically.
I just like that.
Yeah,
Am I the,
that was tension.
That was exciting.
am I the
Man.
second guest?
You were the third. Now you are in
Okay.
line with Walter,
And your wife.
my wife.
That's right. She did get. Okay.
Or had
And
didn't
Matt,
get drafted. So.
I'm
you
in
are
good,
now
I'm in good company. I like it. I have
Theresa.
I have redeemed myself.
Oh my goodness.
And I will say, on Late's notice, folks,
Yeah.
this guy got invited at the last minute after,
So great.
Okay.
Yeah,
boy,
we need
Zach
to put
could not make it.
We need to put an
Scotch
asterisk.
is not happy.
Need to put an
I'm just trying to move the
asterisk
show along.
because all he was talking about was like, oh, it's so short notice. I have no time to prepare.
I didn't.
We
If I
did
don't-
kind of.
if
We
I
did.
get fourth place,
Hey, I'm just saying that actually raises me up a little bit.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
Oh, shut up.
Obviously, we don't know what funny is. Let's hear what is, and let's move on to the next part of the category.
How the fuck could we miss that one? I just
Don't understand.
It's all so grand. You idiots.
Okay, as our guest judge,
sorry.
who I love that last part. That was great. That was a cool little fun twist.
I wanted to bring something a little different. At
It was
least.
great.
Guest judges, listen.
Gotta step it
That
up.
was that was some impressive original
Yeah.
judging right there.
So bring something interesting and better movie knowledge. Okay, so what did we miss?
Are you asking me?
yeah, we always start with
This is
that
where
judge.
this is where I get to say something that
Yeah.
you go
This
like,
is-
this is not funny or violent.
Our judge needs to give us some of the things that we missed.
So the first one that I thought of that you guys, well, I mean,
Obviously, on the card was one that we definitely missed. Was that you just said was
The bridge.
from what?
I was saying that. Well, the whole
No,
thing was
no,
about the-
from Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah, that one.
that's technically for me that would be one you missed.
I was saying the whole theme of his bonus round was the bridge,
Right.
which was also funny with them missing the question.
sure.
So
I put down as a couple of also rans. I put down I put down the scene in Team America: World Police where they're chasing after the terrorist, and he shoots the pyramid. No, the one where they're in the SUV. He shoots the pyramid, and he's like wide right, and then it immediately cuts to the bar scene. That's like Star Wars. It's the Star Wars bar.
Yeah.
She's like Gary, and then mows down the entire bar, and then finishes it with Gary. So, that was one that I had.
no animation, but puppets are okay. Okay,
Yeah,
moving on.
Puppets are not animated. Puppets are not animated because I could have done South Park and got,
Trust
right?
me, Team America is one of my all-time favorites.
Okay, and so and then I had this is a little bit obscure. These next two are a couple of movies that I actually really love that I don't know that you guys have ever really talked about on the pod that much, but there's a movie called The Watch where during the watch part of what they do is they like rip, in order to win they have to rip the dicks off the aliens and shoot them in the dick because that's where their brains are.
Great movie.
And so that was like it's violent and funny. It's a Ben
hilarious.
Stiller and it's
Vince Vaughn, Jonah
Vince
Hill.
Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Jonah
So
Hill.
that dick humor is funny.
Dick, yeah, it's starting to sound pretty
Yeah,
bad. Starting to sound.
If you're not getting shot in the dick, it's
Okay, you're right.
If you're an alien, you can get shot in the dick, and it's hilarious.
This judging is under protest. Am I supposed to?
you're fine. You're totally good. Don't worry about it.
Oh, shut up.
And then another movie, another movie that we watch all the time. And granted, this is technically we watch it because it's one of my girlfriend's favorite movies. But Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy in The Heat. And I love the scene when they're like tied up and they're about to get killed. And he stabs a knife into her leg, but then has to leave. And then they get the knife out, but then when he comes back, in order so it doesn't look, it ends up, in order to make it look like nothing has happened, she has to stab her back in the same leg with the same knife. I don't know. Those are three that I kind of initially thought of.
Oh, bitterness.
Man.
I can taste it. I can taste it from across the table. It's
Friendships are
beautiful.
tested here.
It's all just this
You
is
knew it was
because
coming.
this all comes down to junior high baseball where I was on second team first base. Scott was always picked before me. God damn it! This was my only way to get back.
I still got that over you though,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. It's
Look at that.
he was always the lead drummer.
Ages.
I was the third drummer behind him and your brother.
Dude.
It's rough. This is my
Dude,
only chance.
They played baseball in black and white back then. It was awesome.
Nice.
All right, who wants to throw out some other ones? Matt, let's hear from our champion.
Since I'm the champ, I am the champion.
Look at that.
So one thing this was I was struggling with the Hot Fuzz or this one, Shaun of the Dead.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Don't Stop Me Now scene
Where
they're
they're
beating the zombie with the pool cues.
I was
in
really
time
surprised.
with the song.
That was another one that I thought could get drafted.
For
me, I love when he's hitting zombies with records.
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
records. I think is my favorite part.
It's so absurd, but also just like
Actually, and you know what? Every time they had to kill the dad,
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
kill. Just later smacking his head.
it's in different scenarios. Then a pint at the Winchester.
Yeah.
Another one. This is one of my favorite movies. You guys are actually on an episode
This might be the one I was going to bring up.
The Boondock Saints, where they shoot the cat.
Yep.
That was one of mine.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened?
Again, I feel like that's so much of an homage to I shot Marvin in the face. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of in that definitely in that same vein.
That was after? That was after.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
absolutely,
say
yeah.
like.
but unlike Marvin, 2 bonus points for Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
true.
it's a Catholic movie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
So-
Religious.
That's
oh,
why
yeah.
when you
You're
said
right.
Shit.
when you said that, I was like, if I would have went with Boondocks, I would have got double bonus points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we talked a little about ironic, like funny, and most of us kind of stayed away from that. I think a little bit, but I would say there's 2 that stood out to me. Not the Bees, Wicker Man, with Nick Cage.
Yeah.
And
the Bees.
I mean, that's
We got
definitely
animals.
that would have been animals
Apparently.
for one, and then Brad Pitt getting hit by the cars in Meet Joe Black, where he's crossing the street and he turns and he just stops in the middle of the street. He looks and they look back at each other. Claire Florani, and then also he turns back around. He just gets thumped twice by cars, and it's just so unexpected and silly. It just looks dumb though.
Well,
when
it
you
actually
watch
reminded me of one of my all-time things that I like to draft is the biggest jump scare in movie history. Mean Girls.
My fan was talking about that when we were talking about it. That came up as semi funny.
Brad Pitt in Burn After Reading when he gets shot in the closet.
I almost had that on my list.
That was another one that I had.
What about the Kingsman? The very end of the end fight. Samuel Jackson's kill that motherfucker. He killed all our friends.
And actually, on the way over here, Matt and I were talking a little bit, just like. Is the Freebird scene? My son brought that up. He's like, I guess that could be considered funny in a sense, but it's
definitely violent.
To me, it was like it's more just like over the top, where you're just like, oh shit, more than like necessarily funny.
Yeah, I definitely thought about that, but didn't think it was funny enough.
Yeah,
That's what I
fun
thought
for
too.
me,
It was funny because it's like over the top, but out of that movie, I would say just because of Samuel Jackson's line as he's fighting the girl with the little blade legs.
Yeah.
I also had This Is the End when the sinkhole appears and like Michael Cera gets stabbed.
Oh, that whole sinkhole scene is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't save you.
You're already in the hole. You're already in the hole.
That probably would have done pretty well, actually. Yeah.
Now, I will say though, real quick though, one that Walter gave me that I almost picked and I didn't.
Who's Walter?
Dumb and Dumber, where they kill the gas man by accident, where he's having
with
the
peppers
with a pepper,
and they just stare right in his face.
because that is super violent, where he's like foaming at the mouth and
And they're just pointing at his face, laughing.
at him.
It might honestly. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
But that
It's
kitchen,
close to me.
the diner fight is just
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, pretty epic to me.
So on last week's episode on the Also Rans, we mentioned the movie Airplane, and so I had a couple from Airplane, and one being the Girl Scouts brawl. You know, when they fight, which is ridiculous, and then the other one that I think is even funnier to me is when they're smacking the sense into the passenger who's freaking out.
It's just a lineup of
And
them
he
slapping.
starts smacking her, then that's where it hits him, and then
Then
they
they're all
got
carrying guns and
knives
bats.
and shit.
Or even the guy on the dance floor that gets knifed and he's like doing the dance. She starts dancing with them.
Pointing behind the back.
Yeah, that's
I love Airplane.
shit. A movie, and in fact, I came home and my son was watching this, and we saw it in the theater, and we watched it a few times. Actually, I saw it twice in the theater. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh wow, I didn't.
A couple scenes. One when Joe Butapaki, when she is in this hallway and there's these cops that are trying to arrest her, and then she starts going into like her like craziness, and then one guy like she fucking shoots, and then the other guy like is shooting his partner, and then she starts smacking the shit out of a guy with 2 dildos.
All right.
And it's just a little bit chaotic.
The whole dildo fight. Yeah.
And then the butt plug fight
yeah.
is just one of the craziest things I've ever watched. When the guy comes flying in over everybody,
dude,
it's on the butt plug.
Probably would have scored pretty well. Too.
There's a movie.
Shit, I should have thrown that in there.
There's a movie that wasn't very big, but is really talked about a long time ago, called Skin Deep. John Ritter.
My god! But is it
the fucking glowing dildos? They fight.
But is that? Where's the violence? I guess
they're fighting, and the dicks are bouncing around as they're fighting.
That's true.
And the dicks end up like falling. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I forgot about that.
Blake Edwards, Skin Deep. You were right. That scene is an iconic scene.
Yeah.
What about Hot Shots Part 2?
Oh.
Where Charlie Sheen's fighting the dude in like the Thailand pit, and he hits him in the nuts, and he just spits up the walnuts.
Brad, UHF.
Oh, UHF.
There's a few. Like, when they open up the closet, supplies. It's a big old karate fight.
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Librarian.
I mean, the Conan the Librarian. Like that's for sure.
He cuts that guy in half.
You know what I just thought about just now?
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
What about the hotel room or the motel room fight from Ted with the teddy bear?
Never saw it.
I saw Ted, but I'm not sure.
You know what?
Where he slapped him with the antenna from the TV and threw the TV on him.
That reminds me a little bit though of the Minimi fight in Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged
I was pretty
Me.
surprised to not hear
I thought that one could have been when he's biting his dick and he's like slamming him against the poles.
Right.
Yeah, I like when in Austin Powers when the guy is driving the whatever that is that like flattens and
the steamroller.
Yeah, the really prolonged death.
Yeah,
there for like 10
that was
minutes.
definitely on my list for sure.
Or even Will Ferrell's death in the original Austin Powers. Where he,
oh yeah,
my legs are
there's
I'm very badly burned.
The nihilists in Lebowski when they come in and
Right.
I mean that's a little violent, but they throw their marmot in there in the bathtub, and
Nice marmot.
that would have got the animal.
Yeah.
Invisible Man gets killed in Three Amigos. I was thinking about Three Amigos, and I was like, that scene stands out to me because it's just he's so lazy with the gun, and he shoots inside, and you see just the dust pop, poof. That's very Looney Tunes for me, and that's right up my alley.
I love that effect too. The poof and the,
You see the outline?
yeah.
This one I think probably would have scored well. The taser scene in The Hangover. Oh, in the police station.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When that's how they're going to get out is they go to the class and that little kid comes out.
It would have probably done
Right.
In the face.
You know another good one? I don't know if you guys have ever seen Violent Night.
When I was trying to do searches, Violent Night comes up constantly.
The Home Alone
I haven't seen the
scene.
movie, but
So this girl, she's running from the guy, and she like sets up all these little traps where she puts like the nail on the ladder to go up to the attic or whatever, and it's plain as sight. And then she has like this little mat of all these different nails and shit hanging up from like on the floor by it. He crawls up, and a bowling ball flies, hits him in the head. He falls, and he lands with his jaw on the nail.
Oh.
And then when he finally gets it off, he falls backwards onto it. It's just so fucked up.
Dude.
I feel like you brought this up just to bring it right back to Home Alone.
Yeah.
There was one scene that was kind of tied with the Jamie Lee Curtis scene. It's in the movie called Out of Sight, where he's like running up the stairs and he like trips and falls and shoots himself like through his face.
I think I remember. Yeah.
That was another one that I thought was pretty funny and also very violent.
What about the Fight Club beat himself up scene in The Office?
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
I mean, I think it's I don't know
intense.
It's not
it's
hilarious.
intense and it's not hilarious.
When he's screaming at the end and he's holding him right at the perfect moment when he comes in,
Right.
I don't know. I think it's kind of funny.
What about Liar Liar? He's kicking his own ass in the bathroom.
Right.
Yep.
Liar Liar's got some moments.
What about the scene in Thelma and Louise where they drive the car off the cliff and die?
If you're not laughing by that point, I mean, geez, what
There's
movie were
this
you
scene
watching?
in Schindler's List. Everybody know?
No.
The only other one I had on my list was from Tropic Thunder, where he's trying to like get the little Asian kid, and the kid jumps on his back. He's stabbing him. He's running and throws him off him. He just starts tumbling over in the air.
We are Red Dragon.
Yeah.
I got to give props to my fam. They brought up, what about beating up something that's an inanimate object? What about Office Space when they're kicking the shit out of the copier?
For sure, yeah.
Damn, it's good to be a gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good one.
There's a lot. And
That's a needle drop moment from your last. Go listen to the pod from 2
2 weeks ago.
2
That
weeks
one,
ago.
that one deserved some love, and I don't think it actually got it, which is sad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep, I'm happy.
Tired. I'm drunk.
I know you're ready to kick
Pissed off.
everybody out of here.
Yeah.
I think there's a
Especially
order to
me.
that list.
But Jason, thank you so much. Of
course.
Jason, that was a
thank you for
hell
doing
of a
great. You
debut.
did a hell of a job.
Hey, great job, man. Appreciate it.
And we love.
There's gonna be a beer on the board at last call for you.
Hey
bud.
now, winner.
Sweet. You guys can suck each other off later.
Don't be jealous.
So what do we got next week, Brad?
Next week, even though he couldn't make tonight, he had we talked about last week that there was a major work emergency for him to take care of.
Right.
But Zach wants to take us to Zachland, which is going to be some emo sci-fi weirdness. We're going with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Very interesting, because I remember I've seen this one time and I didn't dig it. So I'm very curious to see what I think now, because I watched it a long time ago when I was younger, and I think I'll like it better now.
You know what's tremendous about that is that I had like the exact opposite take. I watched it once and I was like, God damn, this movie was amazing. And I never watched it again. And I meant to watch it so many times. I'm so glad we're going to be doing this on the pod again, because I want my second watch to see.
Are you afraid you might not like it?
No, and that's the thing. I was in my 20s or something, and I was probably going through like emo shit my own life.
Right.
So I was probably like, oh God, this means so much to me right now.
I'm way more emo now than I was back then.
That's why I'm interested.
I'm not on the pod.
Especially after this draft.
Not on the pod next week. Eternal Sunshine, one of the best scripts ever written.
Okay.
Oh.
I like that.
I like that take.
I
Well,
think I'm
Kate
a lot
Winslet,
like
Jim Carrey. He's had a few movies where he's tried to reach for that Academy Award nomination at least, and has just never got there.
The Majestic.
Okay.
The
Truman Show.
Truman Show.
Well, jump on the socials, follow us, tell your friends. It doesn't cost anything to listen to this show. All you gotta do is just hit play and give us some listens. Listen to The Real Drunks if you want to hear a guy bragging
winner.
about
A
fucking
winner.
bullshit.
That's the only win you're going to get from us ever.
Nope.
Matt, thank you so much for joining us. Tony, so great
Thank
to have
you.
you back, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
Tony, please, we should have had you sign the little contract that says we're not responsible for our judges before you join, because you're going to try to hold that against us. But
This
that
is
was
the shit I'm
unintentional.
getting from the second place finisher by like 1 point.
Right.
This is a rough gig, is
He
what I'm
doesn't-
trying to say.
I had the top 2 picks and some I didn't win. I don't know how that works.
Future judges take note.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to admit defeat to somebody who had like 2 hours prep time.
Can you say that again?
Can we please get him out of my fucking house?
Hours
He's
prep time.
he definitely takes over the title of worst winner yet. He's fucking way worse than Zach, way worse than Nate, and I never thought I'd say that. Nate's horrible.
I thought I was the worst recently.
Well, recently, you're not bad, but
Okay.
you're smarmy,
I just smile. and
especially that fucking
smirk at folks.
mustache.
The mustache.
I'm sorry.
There's no way to not look at that and just be
After
like,
my last outing,
just
I deserve
grumbly.
a little gloating.
That's true. That's true. You sucked
True.
last time.
You
Brad.
redeemed yourself.
I didn't suck.
Yes, you did.
Totally redeemed yourself.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Bye bye.
I wanna be at Beverly's, bringing me home with my movies, just a blind by, no start